Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star, and I am here with a prophetic dream. Y'all, I'm gonna be real and say I had this dream last night. It's another one of those times where I woke up from the dream, got my shower going, got dressed, and was like, I have to know what it means. So let's get into it. In his dream, my son's father comes to drop my son off, but I'm not there. When the dream started, I was actually out just being I'm just so whimsical and so different. Okay, I'm just literally dry, walking around the city, just discovering things I never seen before. For those who don't know me personally, when I was in high school, well, I hope my mama is not watching this video. I would go. I would literally take out the time to ride the bus downtown Houston, get dropped off at a random stop. I would randomly get off and just walk around downtown and explore the city. I found so much joy in doing that. And Houston is too dangerous to do that these days, but back then it was okay. I always had some kind of adventure when I would do. But as quiet as it's kept, I also told y'all my testimony on how I got away from someone that was trying to lure me into a trap because I knew the streets downtown. So it paid off some way. But at the same time, that is something that I always found a joy in. I love exploring new places. I like to just get lost and then get found and find my way back again. But anyways, that's what I was doing, which is weird because because as an adult, I saw myself as my adult self. I saw myself in this dream. I was my current age, and of course, because I had my son and all of that. But for whatever reason, I was living on Braeswood. Once again, it's always Braeswood. But anyways, I saw myself as my current self and my current age, and I had been having a ball. Okay, and I get back as I rode the bus there and I rode the bus back, and I get off at the bus stop, and I'm walking to this grocery store that's over there. And as I'm walking over there, I see my son's father and my son. And I'm like, oh, you came to bring him. And he's like, yeah, where have you been? Da, 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 da. I wasn't even trying to hear it. He says, can you get in the car because I have to go and get something out the grocery store? He goes in the grocery store, and I'm watching him because whatever it is that he had to get, it was up close. He grabs what he wants. He goes to the checkout line, has no problem. He comes back outside, and I tell him I have to get something out of there too. He gets irritated with me. I go in, and as I go in, I see him pull off. But I see him pull off. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I go in and I'm like taking my time. And I guess petty. Okay, but taking my time. But at the same time, I wasn't really trying to be petty, y'all. They had so many different flavors of ice cream. And that's what I was going to get, some ice cream. They had some of the most unique. I have never seen Bluebell come out with these flavors, and I insist they do. There was like a sour candy flavor, strawberry with, like, it was like some kind of exotic twist on the straw. Like, it was just. But anyways, y'all, I am looking through the ice cream section, trying to pick out my ice cream. I finally figure out which one I want. I grab my ice cream. I go to the checkout line. And I even went to the self-checkout line. And there's this woman there who wasn't there when my ex was there, and she's coming up to me. Oh, I have to take your temperature, and I have to take your blood pressure, and then I got to get a blood sample from you. I was like, girl, you're not gonna get all that from me just so I can check out my own stuff. Y'all, we started going, and we was about to. Okay. you got me twisted, bro. I'm already coming in here and working, okay? And then on top of that, you want to try to get a blood. I'm not giving you no blood sample just to get some ice cream. So I end up leaving the ice cream there because I'm not about to let her all up in my business, and especially the blood sample, that took it a bit too far. The blood sample, that's basically somebody getting your DNA, somebody getting, yeah, your DNA. Like, no, girl, I'm not giving you my blood to get ice cream. That's ridiculous. So I leave it there. And of course, I'm irritated and ready to fight. So I'll go home. And when I get to my house, for some reason, the entire apartments, they look completely different. It was like a hallway to get to the apartment. But as I'm walking down the hallway, I overhear my son's father on the phone with a woman. I assume this is the person he's dating, someone he's dating, and they are talking about me. And it's just like, I think what frustrated me about it is she don't have nothing to do with nothing. And then on top of that, he had no clue what was going on. And it was just kind of like, I had the understanding in the dream. He never explained to me what time he was coming to bring our son. He never talked to me about it. He didn't call me to check and make sure I was there. He did no further, no communication, basically. And then on top of that, I got irritated because now you're putting somebody that don't have nothing to do with him in the middle of a situation that only has to do with two people. That's you and I, and that's it. But as I'm walking, I hear this conversation. I hear all this aggressiveness and all this attitude and all this nastiness coming from the other end of the phone. And you already know, y'all, okay? I'm not fighting over no man, but baby, you is not gonna sit on the phone and try to argue, and try to make me out to be a certain way and try to talk down on me, and you don't know me, because that was the situation. I had never met this woman, and I was like, why is she sitting up here feeling comfortable trying to talk down on me, and she don't have nothing to do with this. And I was just listening to how she was basically on the phone trying to orchestrate some kind of way to try to punish me, as if she had any authority to punish me, and she was trying to convince my son's father to use my son as a means to send punishment to me, simply because she felt some kind of way about me, or she didn't like me, or whatever that was. And after that, he sees me and he begins attacking me, going off on me and attacking me. It was almost like whatever spirit she had transferred to him, and it caused him to attack me. Okay, that's the dream, y'all. The scripture God sent me to comes from Psalm 69:16-21. Answer me, Lord, out of the goodness of your love, and your great mercy turn to me. Do not hide your face from your servant. Answer me quickly, for I am in trouble. Come near and rescue me. Deliver me because of my foes. You know how I'm scorned, disgraced, and shamed. All my enemies are before you. Scorn has broken my heart and has left me helpless. I looked for sympathy, but there was none. For comforters, but I found none. They put gall in my food and gave me vinegar for my thirst. Y'all, how that scripture, like, literally. Because, in this situation, in the dream, I had all rights to be gone if I wanted to be gone. It's not my fault that I was on the bus. It's not my fault that I had something to do. And communication is key. I feel like, especially in any co-parenting situation, of course, it's always best for a child's parents to be married, so there is no confusion. There is no third party trying to put in their input, and there is no problems when it comes to raising that child. However, if you can't help but to be in a co-parenting situation, communication is key, period. And first of all, he was out of line for trying to be aggressive with me and angry with me because I wasn't doing what he wanted me to. In all reality, he has somebody, and the person that he's with, that's his household. He can't control what's over here and what's over there. And that's how I felt in that dream. I felt like he was trying to control me. And in reality, I was single. Okay, that's how I felt in my dream. Like, I was single. I wasn't out with no man. I was out by myself, enjoying my time with God. Happy go lucky. I wasn't worried about none of that. But in reality, he should have communicated with me instead of trying to, put his foot down in a sense of like, well, you're supposed to be at home at all times. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And then trying to have the girlfriend that's back up, like she gonna have some say so. She for sure not finna make me do nothing. But back to y'all. The scripture says, you know how I'm scorned, disgraced, and shamed. All of my enemies are before you. Scorn has broken my heart and has left me helpless. And this is such a situation that could definitely make you heartbroken. Because in reality, yeah, I understand, in a situation, this is for somebody, the person that you had a child with, they have moved on. And that's fine and dandy. But just because they have moved on to somebody else does not mean that they completely tossed you to a side. And I'm not saying toss you to a side as in they are still keeping you in a position of y'all are in a relationship, but to toss you to a side in such a way that they allow this other person to come in the middle of the child's happiness. Because when there is a co-parenting situation, the child is the most important aspect, period. And if you are allowing somebody that did not give birth to that child or did not help with creating that child, their input on the child's welfare is not always going to be pure, period. And this is coming from somebody that has been a stepmama. The person that did not create the child, they cannot possibly have the kind of pure intentions that the parent has ever. So, in reality, the fact that she was trying to orchestrate a plan to use the child as a means to discipline me is that's wholeheartedly evil. That's not pure at all. That is pure evil. That is pure wickedness. And this is a situation where you would definitely have to call on God, because anybody trying to do that, like I said, that's pure evil. They are being moved by an evil spirit. That is an evil spirit that is trying to make them do something like that to cause the child pain. Because in reality, that's what happened. As somebody that grew up with parents who were co-parenting, the child is the one that ends up at stake when the parents are going back and forth. The other parent is not worried. The other parent does not care. The only pain they will feel is the pain that they see in the child, and that's it. But as far as you actually being able to successfully punish the other parent, it's just not going to happen. Like, you after you get to a certain age, you was grown, and people trying to punish or attempting to punish is not going to suffice. But I truly believe in this situation, with whatever scheme, whatever plan, it would have hurt the child more than it would have hurt the other parent. And then, going on to the next part, they put gall in my food and gave me vinegar for my thirst. Like I said, when I was at that grocery store, I saw him go in. I was sitting there watching him. He didn't have no problems in a grocery store, but as soon as I went in, all of a sudden, I wasn't able to check out and get my food in peace. And it's almost like there was bad words. So for somebody, you may actually be having to deal with someone that is trying to hinder you from eating. They're trying to hinder you from doing good. They want to see you starve, because I ended up leaving the store empty-handed because of that situation. And this is just such an awful situation. And I feel like this message is God saying that he does see this situation. He does see what is going on. He's also telling me to keep reading. He sees what's going on in this situation, period. May the table set before them become a snare. May it become retribution and a trap. May their eyes be darkened so they cannot see, and their backs be bent forever. Pour out your wrath on them, and let your fierce anger overtake them. May their place be deserted. Let there be no one to dwell in their tents. For they persecute those you wound and talk about the pain of those you hurt. Charge them with crime upon crime. Do not let them share in your salvation. May they be blotted out of the book of life and not be listed with the righteous. But as for me, afflicted and in pain, may your salvation, God, protect me. So God is saying he sees this. He sees this. There is nothing. They can't get nothing past him. And he is not going to allow this to just go on the way that it is. It's not right. You know, like I said, it's pure evil to try to do this, you know, and like I said, someone that grew up in with parents that were co-parenting, I understand, you know, especially with this situation. If I wouldn't even know how to feel if my son's father were to actually act like this. Like, y'all wouldn't even know how to behave. I wouldn't even know how to keep my cool, and I wouldn't know how to keep myself free, not to be honest. I wouldn't. I would not know how to just, you know, keep my cool, but I know God willing, I will be able to. So to whomever this is for, my heart truly goes out to you, because when I was dreaming, I felt all those emotions and it made me so upset. You know, nobody has the right, especially after they have decided that the relationship is over. If you have come to even y'all came to the agreement that the relationship was over, it is not fair for this person to still be trying to, it's like they're trying to control you. They want you to stay put. They want you to stay confined. They don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to find anybody else, but they think they should be able to be happy in their relationship and just watch you miserable, and that is simply not right. And that's what I truly feel like was going on in this dream. I was being viewed as a babysitter so that they could go out and have fun. And because I wasn't there on time, now there has to be some kind of plan to punish me, because how dare I not go into that's not what it is. When you are the person that, one of the people that actually brought the child into the world, does not deserve to be treated in such a manner, you know. And God is not going to take this situation lightly. God is not going to allow anybody to treat you this way. Like I said, in that whole situation, I had done nothing wrong. I had all rights to be out enjoying my life if I chose to. I had all rights to go in the store and get some ice cream if I chose to. To be honest, the grocery store is not the drop-off place for the child anyways. The grocery store just so happened to be where I saw them. I had plans on going in there. And if we definitely have all rights to eat, because we have to eat to live, period. And, just the fact that in this dream, that the extent of hate, the extent of spite, and the extent of just smearing and mistreatment, it was absolutely heartbreaking to me. And I don't know who is going through this, but it absolutely breaks my heart to even dream something like this or imagine somebody having to live their life this way. It is so sad that someone that you brought a life into this world would treat you this way. It's really heartbreaking. And I will definitely keep you in my prayers. But don't be burdened. Know that God is seeing this whole situation. The fact that God sent me this dream back to back, like specifics. I know it's going to be somebody that's going to say that. Back to back specifics of this situation. God see you. And God see them too. And God is not going to allow them to treat you this way. God is going to put his foot down on them because they out of line for trying to punish you. And you didn't do nothing wrong. That's the message, y'all. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.